Hello students, in last class we had discussed about human resource management in the field of retailing, and we had also discussed about how human resource management plays a very important role in retailing, that is managing the employees in retailing sector and keep them motivated to work for a longer hours. Today we will see the functions of human resource management. The first functions goes like this. The first function is recruitment. Recruitment here is attracting interested applicants and providing a pool of prospect employees where right person for the right job is selected. Here you will have to look at one thing. Recruitment is not finalizing of candidates. Recruitment is a process of searching for a right candidate for a right place. So recruitment is all about a searching process for a right candidate. Don't get confused between recruitment and selection. Selection is finalizing of a candidate after a final interview. Recruitment is something where we will search for a prospective employees, that is a right candidate for a right job or a right place. So, you being a HR manager, you will always have to attract interested applicants towards your company. How you will attract interested candidates to your company? Here, interested candidates, and you have to attract a calibered candidates. So, how you will attract? Say, for example, your company is giving a good a salary package, your company is giving a good incentives to its employees, your company is giving both monetary and non-monetary rewards, your company is keeping your employees always motivated, and these are the techniques or strategies you will maintain in your company. And this also helps in attracting a calibered candidates or a best candidates towards your company. So recruitment is all about searching for a right candidate to a right place, right candidate to a right place. Say for example, a BCom candidate to a finance department, a MBA candidate to a management department, HR department, and it goes like this. A BE candidate to a production department, research and design department, it goes like this. So before planning a recruitment, you have a certain process. First one is you will have to plan a recruitment. Planning recruitment is you will have to do a HR planning. Say for example, in a HR department, how many posts are vacant, how many candidates need to be recruited, what is the number of vacancies in finance department, what is the number of vacancies in marketing department, what is the number of vacancies in training and development department, what is the number of vacancies in research and design department, what is the number of vacancies in production department. You being a HR manager, you will have to analyze and you will have to plan. Then this is called HR planning or planning the recruitment. And next step is strategy design and development. Strategy design and development here is, as I said you, recruitment is all about searching process for a prospective employees. So how you will search? You will have to frame a strategy. Strategy here is you will have to give a ad. You will have to give ad either in a newspaper or either in a magazines or either in, you will have to go online or you will have to take a help of a job consultancies. So you will have to, being a HR manager, you will have to analyze and you will have to frame a strategy which source of advertisement helps you in fetching a right candidate to a right place. After framing a strategy, you will implement it accordingly. Say for example, you will give an ad in newspapers or you will go for online advertisements or you will choose for a college campus interviews or a placement. After this, the candidates will apply for a job or send application through online to your company for the job which suits their profile. The next step followed is it is scrutinizing. Scrutinizing is you will have to conduct an interview. Before conducting an interview, you will have to go through the resume of each and every candidate who have dropped in the resumes. You will have to scrutinize. Scrutinize is filtering here. So you will have to select a right candidate resume for a final interview, and this is called scrutinizing. And next is evaluation and control. Evaluation and control is conducting an interview at the right time. Here, after scrutinizing the resumes, you will have to call candidates for the interview. You will have to fix a proper venue and proper time, and you will also have to decide the panel members who is going to conduct the interview and for which how many number of candidates you are going to conduct the interview. And this is all about evaluation and control. After conducting an interview, you will have to finalize with the number of required candidates by your company, and this is all about recruitment process. So recruitment process is all about searching for a prospective employees for a right job in your company. For that, you will have to plan recruitment. Plan recruitment is you will have to analyze or check how many posts are vacant in your company, and next is you will have to design a strategy. As I said, your recruitment is all about searching. You will have to decide or frame a strategy which source of searching would help you or fetch your right candidate. After implementing your strategy, most of the candidates will drop a resume to your company. Among all those resumes, you will have to scrutinize or filter so that you are selecting a right candidate's resume to call for an interview. And next is the interview process goes on, and this is all about recruitment. And next functions of human resource management is training. After I said your recruitment is searching for a candidate, right candidate. After searching, you will conduct an interview. After conducting an interview, you will select a final candidate. After selecting, you will appoint them. Immediately after appointing them, you cannot post them to a proper work. You will have to, before that, you will have to give them something called training to get used to your organization. So this training has to go in an organized procedure. So training here is organized procedure where people learn knowledge and acquire the skills they need for a definite purpose. As I said, the training has to go in an organized procedure, that is step by step. Through this organized procedure, people learn knowledge or acquire skills. What knowledge and skills they acquire is all about the work process which goes on in the organization, and this training happens only to help the candidates to get used to the organization works and to keep them in a comfort zone, or to make them work without any errors or less errors. So training should always go in an organized procedure to make a selected candidates acquire knowledge and skills required for the organization. So here you have two types of training. Two types of training here is on the job training and off the job training. On the job training is here immediately you appoint the candidate, you will put them right to the workplace. Off the job training here, after you appoint the candidate, 1 or 2 months or for a certain number of months, you will not put a candidate into a workplace. You will give him a training. It might be a classroom training, or else it might be a incident method training, or you will train them through case studies. You will not actually put them to a work. You will train them. You will give them a knowledge in a classroom atmosphere. This is called off the job training. But on the job training is you will actually put them to a work and you will train them. On the job training we have different techniques, that is experience. You will put them to a work, they'll start working with their experience, with their mistakes. They'll keep on learning. They'll start doing work and it's obvious they'll commit mistakes. From the committed mistakes, they'll learn the skills so that they'll not commit the same mistake again. And this is called experience. And next one is coaching. Coaching here is immediately you appoint a candidate, you will put them to a work. With a new candidate, you will accompany a new candidate with a senior employee in your company, where a senior employee will always coach or give a guide or mentor a new candidate in his work. Job rotation is one of the best technique where you could find it in most of the nationalized banks. Today if I am in a cashier counter, tomorrow I might be in a help desk, and next I might be in a help desk too, or might be next week I would be doing the other job. Each candidate each week is going to do a different work. Today if I am in a department 1, tomorrow I might be in a department 2, I might be in a department 3, and next week in department 4, and again 5th week I'll be in department 1. Working in one department in one single week is called a job rotation, and this helps to acquire knowledge or skills for a candidate in all the department or in all the stream of work. Next is understudy program. Understudy program is, it's again related to on-job training, where your seniors or leaders or team leaders will train you. And next is, you will put to a special project. There will be, as you all know, there will be a special projects in the organization. No organization will work on a single project. They will be having a huge number of projects. You will be put under one project where a team leader will be guiding you. And next is vestibule training. Vestibule training is actually putting you in a work, creating a kind of thing, or putting you in a role play thing. Say for example, I'll be working, there will be a tough situation which arises. The tough situation arises, obviously I'll be having a team leader or a mentor to guide me, but still I'll be put under the situation where I'll have to sort out the problem on myself, and only with the extent when I am not possible, only then the team leader is coming to my help, and this is called vestibule training. Committees here is a group of freshers and a group of experienced employees will all form a committee, and a work goes on, and observing the experienced candidates work, you will have to learn how to work in a organization. And this is all about on the job training. And you have off the job training, where it goes exactly like a classroom coaching. It might be lectures, conferences, your case studies, incident method, simulation, sensitivity training. It's all about like your classroom lecturing. And next HR function is compensation. Compensation, you would be knowing, compensation is a amount or a money organization is paying for its employees for the work he has done or the services he has rendered in the organization. And compensation might take a form of wages or salaries or minimum wages or living wages. Compensation comes in the form of 4 types, that is wages, salaries, minimum wages and living wages. So compensation is an amount or a money organization is paying for its employees for the work he has done in the organization or the service he has rendered. And the next function is performance appraisal. Performance here is a work done by an employee. Appraisal is checking. So, checking a work done by an employee, and this process is called performance appraisal. The process of checking a work done by employee is called a performance appraisal. If a work done by the employee is very much best, he will be considered for the next promotion, or else he will be considered for a incentives, or else he will considered for a rewards. Suppose if a candidate or an employee fails to reach the targets or fails to reach the standards, he would not be punished, but he would be again put under a training for a few days or a few months. So to get to know which employees is working properly and which employees is not working properly, which employee is used to the organization and which employee is still finding difficult to get used to the organization, there is one technique followed by human resource managers, and that is performance appraisal. So this is a method of, as I have stated here, this is a method of evaluating the behavior of employees in the workplace, which includes both qualitative and quantitative aspects. So in checking the performance or checking the work of employees, we have 2 methods. One is traditional method and one is modern techniques. Traditional method here is graphic rating scale, ranking method, paired comparison method, force distribution method and checklist. And modern techniques goes like this: behaviorally anchored rating scale. I have mentioned in a short form here, that is BARS. BARS is behaviorally anchored rating scale. And next is assessment centers and human resource accounting, psychological appraisal, result methods, productivity methods, and a balance score cards. So these are the techniques of performance appraisal. Thank you.